Hello and welcome to this year's Halloween yard haunt. This is just going to be a brief tour video. It is October 30th, 2019. Time moves quickly. I'm having an existential crisis. How are you doing? Anyhow, I'm going to use this wide shot to hopefully kind of show this uplighting on these trees. There's three just massive fir trees to the left of the house here, and my spotlights inadvertently illuminate them just slightly, and it's a very, very cool, ominous looking effect. I don't think you can see it on camera at all, but there you go. Uh-oh. There's the cat. The cat is so scary. There he goes. Okay, yep. Apparently he's more scared of us than we are of him, even though that seems impossible, because the frightening realism, it's just too much. Anyhow, so there's not too much new to the haunt this year, but I've switched a few things around, so I'm just going to kind of show things, mention a couple things, not too much in specific. And there's a car. There it goes. There it went. Anyhow, the scarecrow is up in this little terraced hedge area, so it's a lot higher, a little more road visibility. Looks really nice. This prop is starting to get very ratty and disgusting. I don't really purposefully weather props, but this one is just naturally getting kind of old and grungy, and I like it. So, anyhow, another little like pumpkin head scarecrow prop to go along with it. Eventually, I'd love to like build more scarecrows and maybe get some permanent fake pumpkins and jack-o'-lantern to have around. Get some maybe actual corn stalks, some like dried corn, and make this whole area like kind of a creepy farm, cornfield, pumpkin field themed region. I think that'd be really cool as just a sub area to the overall cemetery. But that didn't happen this year, but this little spot still looks nice. Green spotlight goes in here and is the primary light actually lighting the house and the face of the house. The strobe light, still a very nice, simple effect. It doesn't look quite as good with the house being lit up green. The strobe light is a little more impactful when it's surrounded by actual darkness. But the room is at least still dark inside, and that's mostly what gives it the nice-looking effect, so it still works. And then my other strobes went out, so the upper stairs window is just a window. It's very sad. As far as other things go, here we have a very, very vivid, saturated blue light, which makes this area look really nice, actually. This old skeleton has been here for years before. He has a little chain this year, and a little spider friend on his left pectoral. This large ghoul at the back was completely invisible last year, but the extra lighting this year and the increased amount of like flood ambient lighting, he's actually visible, along with other small details that you probably didn't see in last year's tour. The dog still works. Its eyes somehow still function, so that's fun. We have this subtle little flicker effect here, this little like fire orange flicker light effect on this little gargoyle and tombstone. I'll show how that actually works. It was a very simple impromptu thing that I put together, but I'm very happy with it. And behind that, this simple effect of just the ghost floating, because the stand that the ghost is on is hidden behind the tombstone, so the light doesn't hit it. So it's just a nice, simple little effect there. I just like little fun things that make me happy. There's nothing that fancy going on with this project. It's just lots of fun. That's kind of the point. The arbor is exactly the same as always. The cemetery sign is somewhat more legible than it was last year because I actually moved the pumpkin lanterns a bit more out to compensate. Compensate isn't a word. To compensate for how dim this street lamp is. I mentioned last year that we got a new bulb in our street lamp and it's much, much dimmer than our old one. Ultimately, I think it'll be a good thing for the lighting for this haunt, but it was a little bit jarring at first. But I've managed to compensate a bit, and you can actually read cemetery, at least in person. I don't know if the camera is capturing it. The snake skeleton is here this year, and I think it looks really nice. Just kind of strung up there. It's usually just like on the ground or in a tree somewhere, but it's like very visible and up front. Just a fun use of a really nice little prop. Here's this side of the cemetery. Pretty much the same as always. Not too much going on. Lots of nice little details packed in and things. Probably my favorite little thing I was able to work in is this little setup with this skeleton. This is an old skeleton, but it's new to my collection of props and decor and such. and it's missing an arm, and I put its arm in the mouth of another dog. This just, yes, I love what this has achieved. What am I even Englishing? Okay. Another simple little effect I love, which I discovered last year, is just that plain white things look wonderful in green light. So just plain basic white ghosts like these, I really love the way they look, especially this one in the back that's sort of brighter and more saturated with the green color. It's just a really simple lighting effect, but it just makes it look very glowy and sinister, and just, I don't know why, something about the way the color works is just very satisfying to me. A few more groundbreakers and tombstones and such extending over towards the edge of the property. Some lights strung up in front as sort of a barrier. Moving into the yard, I didn't actually put up spider webs this year. I didn't get around to it, but the spiders are at least up where they usually are. The blue light is hitting them pretty nicely. The blue light almost looks purple in person. I think the camera is actually making it look more blue than it is. It's a very nice color. I really like the sort of ambience that it has created. The porch is exactly the same as always. Fire and ice light on the coffin. We have Jerry the Pumpkinhead. Wonderful, hanging out with a big pile of skulls and bones and things, which just kind of a nice little detail focal point, I suppose. Pirate guy still works. Somehow. There you go. Oh, yes. Oh, I am terrified. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rainbow Boy. This big guy at the back is dead. He's usually the prop I put right next to the door, so that when trick-or-treaters come up and knock on the door, they set off his sound sensor, and he does a little thing. He, like, laughs and screams or something. He doesn't work, so I guess I'm probably going to put Pirate Guy there, and they'll swap places this year, but anyway, the coffin is just existing. There's some pumpkins around. They are not carved yet. I'll try to take, like, a brief video tomorrow on Halloween just to show everything fully in action with, like, the sound and everything. But for now, that's about it. I didn't add much this year, like I said. A lot of things broke. Ooh, this tombstone broke. The cross on top of it broke off, so I stuck the cross in the ground, like it actually fell off and embedded itself into the ground, like, naturally. It looks alright. I'll probably actually fix it at some point, but not this year. But I was able to do a lot of stuff with lighting, a lot more ambient lighting this year, and the overall sort of ambiance of everything I'm very, very happy with. So, happy Halloween in advance. If you follow this channel, there is a very important video that you probably care about that's due out hopefully soon. I don't know exactly when. I was gonna release it on Halloween, but I don't think that's gonna happen, but we're going for Halloween-ish. We're still going for Halloween-ish, whatever that vague sentence means. So for now, here's a final look at everything. I'm just going to back up and kind of show it from one last little angle here. Sayonara, and goodbye. And look forward to things. Look forward to spooky, scary things. That's it.